Hello guys and welcome to Laravel 7 tutorials. So guys, in the previous video we successfully implemented the relationship between the user and the roles, and I just want to let you know that that specific functionality was related to the multi-auth right here partially. Okay, so guys, in the previous video we successfully implemented the role model, we created the role migration, and then we implemented the pivot table that was representing the relationship of our users and roles, and the relationship type was many to many. So guys, in this specific video we are going to work on the middleware. Once again, it is related to multi-auth. Okay, and I know most of the guys were asking me like, how can we implement the multi-auth functionality? Like let's say if a normal user is logging in, he will be redirected to a specific page, and let's say if an admin is trying to log in, he will be redirected to admin dashboard. So we are going to do that right now in this specific video. So let's start without further talking, and first of all I will move to git bash, because in order to implement the middleware we just need to create the middleware itself first. Okay, so let's do that, and for that I have already accessed my project directory and folder right here. So what I am going to do is php artisan, and let's say make middleware, and middleware name would be CheckRole. Okay, because we are going to CheckRole. So yeah, it's a good name. Now that we have created our CheckRole middleware, let's see what we have. So I will move to blogging app and HTTP middleware right here, this one. Okay, so our middleware is implemented and it is created right here, as you can see. Now is the time that we define our CheckRole middleware so that we can access this middleware in this Laravel project right here. Okay, so for that we need to define it. So what I'm going to do is I will move to app, once again app http kernel.php. okay, so let's say if in any case your middleware is a global middleware, which in this case is not, so you are going to define it right here. Okay, so let's say if you have a global middleware, and by global middleware I mean is, let's say if you want to hit a specific middleware on every specific route, you need to define it right here then. Okay, so in this case I just need to hit my middleware on specific let's say individual route or a group of route. So in that case we need to define our middleware right here. Okay, so let's say if your middleware is global, you are going to define it right here, and then what will happen, let's say if you are going to access any sort of route, you are going to hit your middleware. Okay, we have discussed that in great detail in Laravel basic lecture, and if you are confused what global and the other type of middleware we have, you can check out my video. So let's move forward, and now since in this case our middleware is not a global middleware, so I'm going to define it right here in the route middleware. So let's do that. For that I have to assign a name, CheckRole, this time lowercase, and let's say app. Now we need to let's say specify the folder structure of our middleware so that the application can find it. So app http middleware, and the class name is CheckRole. That's it guys, class. Okay, so now we have defined our middleware and assigned our middleware in the kernel.php. Let's close this and let's move to CheckRole. Okay, so what am I going to do right here is, guys, basically we are just going to check that if a specific user who is logged in, if he is admin or not. If not, we are going to show a 404 page to that specific normal user. Okay, so let's implement the logic for that, and for that I will just write for each, and I'm going to use this request right here, because I have already told you that Laravel is efficient enough, and let's say if a user is logged in, Laravel keep tracks of that specific user in the session, so we can get it from the request. So right here I'm going to say $request user, whoever is logged in. I want it roles. Basically the relationship type is role, but in right here specifically I want the specific user role. Okay, so let's change this one, request user role as role, and let's put a if condition, if $role ID equals to, sorry, not equals to 1, because let's say if a user is not admin, I want to show 404 page. So return about 404. That's it, guys. I just want to let you know that our admin user related ID is 1. That's why I'm putting a reverse condition. Let's say if a user is not logged in or the role ID is not equal to 1, what you need to do is show 404. Okay, guys, so right here, blogging, yeah, and sorry guys, okay, role, sorry guys. Right here you can see the first role is admin. Now let's access our project right here, because I was making the video for the Hindi lecture as well, so that's why our page is right here. Okay, sorry, because I'm not running the project, so I just wanted to show you that our admin user is like have the role ID of 1 right here, ID 1. Okay, so let's move forward, and our work is done from right here, and that's it. Just a simple condition to check the role. Okay, so I will close the kernel.php, and now is the time that we should move to our auth related login controller, because what we are going to do is, let's say if any specific user is logging in, we are going to check its condition, and we are going to redirect that specific user to its specific dashboard. Either it is an admin dashboard or a normal or basic user dashboard. So we need to do it right here. Okay, so I'm just going to put a same condition right here as well. And for that, if you want to, we can create a simple method, but in this case I'm going to use the existing one in this right here. Okay, so I will move forward right here, sorry, downward, not forward. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this authenticated method, copy, and let's say if we have anything in this authenticated method right here, and if we define this specific method right here, again we are not going to hit this specific method, because this method is going to override that one. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So yeah, right here we can put a comment that check user role and redirect them accordingly. Okay, now let's put a condition, and for that I will write for each dollar. Now this time we can simply use user, because we have it, user roles, and right here the roles, basically I'm hitting the specific roles method that exists in this user model. You can check it. Okay, let me show you. User dot, sorry, yeah, right here, this one, guys. Okay, so now I hope everything is clear. Let's close this and let's move here, user role as role once again. Now let's say if $role ID equals to 1, what we need to do is basically the one ID is for the admin users. This is a role ID. Okay, just keep that in mind. So if a user has a role ID of 1, this means that he is an admin, and we should redirect him to the admin dashboard. And let's check the route for the web.php. Let's check the route for the admin dashboard, and here it is right here. Okay, so let's define it right here, return redirect dashboard. That's it. Okay, now the other condition would be simply else, because in my case I only have 2 roles. Let's say if you have 3, you can define if, else if, else if, else, etc. Okay, it's up to you. So in my case, in our case specifically right now, we only have 2 roles. So I'm going to define return redirect, otherwise you have to redirect to user dashboard. Let's see the route. Yeah, this one, user dashboard. So like this dashboard. That's it, guys, and everything is working perfectly fine. I hope so. we still need to check. Oh, and one more thing, we need to pass this request right here. So how are we going to do that? Just give it a try, guys, for 1 second. Okay, I hope so you tried it. So eliminate and the class is HTTP, and I want to hit request. I want to use, not hit, sorry. Okay, now let's run our project PHP artisan. So let's access our project right here. Okay, now let's log in. Now first of all, I'm going to try logging in with the admin credentials. So let's see our admin user, and first one is admin and role user. Okay, user ID, role ID is 1, this means admin, and user ID 1, so first user is admin, this one. Okay, all about Laravel. So let's try to log in with this one. Login. Okay, so now we are redirected to dashboard. This was the case previously as well. So in order to check our redirection based on the condition right here, we need to log in using the normal or basic user as well. So let's try that. So for that, I will move to once again login, and let's try normal user login, credentials, login. And now we are redirected to user dashboard. Right here you can see the difference, and you can feel the difference right here in the cards as well. So everything is working perfectly fine. Now first of all, I want to show you something, because we need to restrict some routes so that they are not accessible until or unless the user is logged in. Okay, so let's try to access. You can see I am not logged in. So what I'm going to do is, let's try to access the user, or let's say dashboard page. I'm not able to access the dashboard page. Why? Because right here, because it's in the middleware of auth right here, so we cannot access it until or unless we are logged in. So yeah, this is working perfectly fine. But now let's try to access the user dashboard, and now you can see we are not logged in, but we are able to access these routes related to user dashboard. So we shouldn't be able to do that. So let's restrict that, restrict this. So for that, I'm just going to copy this user dashboard route, cut it, and I'm going to paste it right here. That's it guys, as simple as that. Okay, let's try to do the refresh, and now you can see it requires a login. Okay, so everything is working perfectly fine right now, up till now. So user, okay, and let's try the dashboard as well. It's just for you guys. I know what I have to do, but I'm just showing you so that you can get the better idea of what we just implemented right here. Okay, so this is all happening because of this auth. Why? Because auth requires a user to log in to see this specific route which we have defined right here in the route group. Okay, and the other thing is, now let's try to check the middleware condition. Okay, so for that, login, and let's say I'm going to access it with the normal user first, so that you can see the difference. This is a normal user logged in, and now we are logged in. Now let's say if I try to access the dashboard that is related to admin with this route, we are still able to access it. Why? Because we haven't configured our middleware, our custom middleware, CheckRole middleware right here. So what we need to do is, we need to define it right here. Okay, let's do that. This is just for you guys. I know I haven't implemented it right here. So in this case, I'm going to use CheckRole, just like this. I think I'm making a mistake. I think that's what I think. CheckRole, no, it's fine. Okay, so CheckRole right here, function, and we need to close this. So I will come right here and just like this. Okay, now let's try to refresh, because we are still logged in with a normal user, and let's do a refresh, and now you can see we are not able to access the admin dashboard. So this is why the middleware is so powerful. Okay guys, you can see just with the one condition and everything is working perfectly fine. Okay, now let's try any other page that is related to admin dashboard. Let's try categories, and we are not able to access it. See, 404 not found. That's it. That is working perfectly fine. So you can see our middleware is working perfectly fine. Now let's come here. First of all, let's check the other way as well. okay, we will be able to access the normal user dashboard with the help of admin credentials, okay, because we haven't restricted it, because an admin, a super admin, has all these functionality. He can view whatever he wants, okay, on his application. See, he will be able to access it. If you don't want to, you can simply create a custom middleware once again and specify these routes. That's it. That an admin should not be able to see these routes. That's it. Okay, so let's move forward, and I'm not going to restrict it because we have a lot to implement right now. Okay, so let's move forward, and our functionality is working perfectly fine. When we try to log in using our admin, we are redirected to admin dashboard, and let's say if we are trying to log in with the normal user, we are redirected to normal or basic user dashboard. So everything is working perfectly fine. Now I just want to tell you that right here you can see it may confuse you, like why the hell we are using a middleware inside a middleware, like this middleware inside this middleware. Okay, so let me just clarify this, guys. We are using this auth middleware so that not even a single, like nobody is able to access any of these routes right here until or unless he is logged in. Let me show you. First of all, let's try any page. User dashboard will not be able to access it. Why? Because we need to log in. So that's why I'm putting my all user dashboard and admin dashboard pages inside this middleware. Okay, now after that we created a custom middleware to check the role so that we can hide the admin dashboard related pages from a normal user so that he is not able to see it. So that's why we implemented our middleware for CheckRole right here, so that this normal user don't have access to any of these specific route. You can try it. Okay, we already did, so everything is working perfectly fine. Let me just show you once again. Sorry, with the normal user, just one more time, so everything is clear, because that's what I wanted to tell you right here. We are using middleware inside a middleware. Okay, this one is for auth, so that a user is logged in, so that we can make a decision if he is able to see these pages or these. Okay, it depends upon his role. Okay, and the other thing is to check the role. So now I am logged in. Sorry guys, because of internet. So yeah, everything is working perfectly fine. Now let's try to access the dashboard. Okay, and you can see we are seeing 404 because of this, guys, not this but this. Let me show you current middleware check, because of this, guys. Okay, so I hope this makes sense, and that's it from this video. And our middleware is working perfectly fine, and I hope you guys like this video. If you liked it, please like, subscribe and share. Thank you, take care, and yes guys, be ready for the next one. Okay, take care.